I understand you're looking for a missing girl.
I found her.
Splendid.
In her grave.
You suspect foul play?
I suspect murder.
I'm confident your suspicions are wrong, Sergeant. We don't commit murder up here. We're a deeply religious people.
Religious?
Mighty God of the sun, accept our sacrifice and make our blossoms fruit.
Oh, God! Oh, Jesus Christ!
With a great pleasure meeting Christian Copper.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema, your deep dive into sci-fi, horror classics, cult classics, new and old. I am Art Hennessy in San Diego, California, and warning, there are spoilers ahead.
Yes, and I am Lord Summerisle. Welcome to Mayday. Worst possible impersonation of Christopher Lee that I... No, I'm Erik Rodenheiser in historic Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes.
And I'm Art, full disclosure, I am sick today, so my voice is going to be raspy like this, which might be good for the movie.
It could be. Yes, you need maybe some local potions or something.
I need some apples.
Yes.
Apples. There it is. There's my Christopher Lee. Apples from Summerisle.
Yes.
Is it?
So Erik is imitating Christopher Lee because the movie we're discussing, you're doing a good job, Erik. The movie we are discussing this week is The Wicker Man, released in 1973, directed by Robin Hardy, starring Edward Woodward, Britt Eklund, and Christopher Lee.
Yes.
One of your favorites, I know, Christopher Lee.
And also Britt Eklund is now one of my new favorites. Oh, I think we're gonna be able to. We've had on the podcast, how many boobs are in this movie, and I think this one is going to be
I think this is going to be the champion when we're all said and done here, Erik.
Yeah, it should almost be called the Wicker Boobs. No,
well, Erik, it is good that we mentioned Christopher Lee.
Yes.
He is the reason this movie exists. He definitely pushed this through. It was his baby. And to this day, Erik, you're a big Christopher Lee fan. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned it on other podcasts. Now, he says that this is his favorite movie. This is his favorite performance and the movie that he often lists as his best and is the one he looks back on with the most fondness.
Which I love because basically this is Christopher Lee. This is him if he wasn't playing someone. I think this is as close as Christopher Lee as you're going to get. He's not playing he's not like Dracula where he doesn't say anything. He's just like, and he's not, Sauron. I just think it's great. I love, it's good.
And so he got together with some creative people and wanted to do a project that they did want it to focus on old religion versus new religion. They kind of had that idea. He got together with some talented people, Erik. You might have noticed the writer on this is Anthony Shaffer is the writer. And we know Anthony Shaffer, very talented man. He wrote the play Sleuth, which is obviously made into a very famous movie with Michael Caine and Laurence Olivier.
Michael Caine.
Yes. Great movie, those of you listening, if you ever want to check it out. But he's a very talented playwright whose brother is Peter Shaffer, who wrote Amadeus and Equus. So talented family there.
Yeah, I was going to say talentless hacks, bunch of hacks.
Right. So Christopher Lee got together with them. Now, there was a parallel project going on based on a book called The Ritual. A couple of other creative people were trying to get that into production, and that was also about an old-time pagan religion. And guess who was supposed to star in that one as our protagonist? John Hurt. John Hurt was lined up.
Oh.
Yeah, John Hurt was lined up.
That guy.
And that was going to be directed by Michael Winner, who American audiences know him best as the guy who made, with Charles Bronson, all the Death Wish movies. So,
how many Death Wish movies are we talking about?
Oh, he made a lot of them, Erik. Yeah, they made a lot.
Death Wish 7.
But that production stalled, and Christopher Lee went in, he heard about it, and he said, you know what? I'm going to buy the rights to your book off of these people because I want to make this movie. And Christopher Lee paid, I think, in today's dollars, a couple of $100,000 and bought the rights away from them because their project wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't stalled. And so that he could hand it to Anthony Schaefer to kind of rewrite it and reshape it. And that's why we have the Wicker Man here. So Christopher Lee definitely did this. Yeah.
I think Wicker Man, I'm not really listening to anything you're saying because
I'm sorry.
You know how it goes.
I go on.
You do, but people love it. People are like, oh, art's gonna expostulate. What's the word? Extricate, ejaculate. Oh. That's
well,
it.
there is
That's it.
ejaculation in this movie. They talk
bit.
about
just a little bit. Got some on my sleeve.
Oh.
Well, you know what you're in for, people. Now that but the Wicker Man. Just fun fact, this lives on. Because this is an old movie, but when we went to London, I think five years ago, there's a park called Alton Towers, and they have a ride, and it's called the Wicker Man, and it's a ride, it's a Wicker Man, so
lives
it's
on
still
the
a
culture.
thing. Apparently, they're still doing whatever they're doing.
And
spoiler
at the time of recording this podcast, we could say there's a little bit of a resurgence in the type of horror that this movie would be classified as, Eric. We think of the last couple of years, we had Midsommar.
Midsommar,
like
is that how you're pronouncing
Midsummer? I don't know.
No, say it again.
Midsommar.
I love that better.
But
Midsommar.
But anyway, and even Hereditary, that director's first movie,
The Witch.
Yeah, The Witch,
kind of earthy, supernatural.
Yes, paganish things, and so we've had a resurgence. But the Wicker Man, a lot of those creators of those cite the Wicker Man as their main influence.
And Art, I have to ask, have you seen The Wicker Man before?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because I bet most of our listeners like the what? It's not the Nicolas Cage one. Not the bees. Oh, no. This is the only one, The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man, 1973. I caught up with it on videotape probably when I was in college. I think I finally caught up with it and watched it. Yeah.
I don't remember when I first saw it, but I remember how haunting it was when all through the movie. I'm like, what?
Yes, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So we should just get into it.
Small island, Art, and see if I have a friendly neighbor in the inn. Might.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get into it, Eric. So we'll basically be talking about what you would find in the theatrical cut of the movie. There are some other cuts out there, director's cuts and things like this. Now, when you pull them up on some of the services, they're not clearly labeled. So some scenes we're going to talk about possibly, it might not look like what you're seeing, but we're going to stick to the theatrical cut of this movie. It opens with a woodcut of a sun god that comes up on the screen. It kind of comes towards us up on the screen. And I do want to point out, I'm always one for sound design. In the background, we just sort of hear the wind. We hear just wind whistling through things as this Wicker Man image or whatever it is. It's a woodcut of a god's sun.
It's the
kind of
sun
comes
god.
Towards the camera. Sun god. Yeah, It comes through the camera. And then we see a legend, Eric. It's Sunday, the 29th of April.
I know, early. And it's a nice overhead shot with a plane. It's a, what do you call that?
You're flying over the islands, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a biplane, and it's a shot of it. Really nice going over the islands. And I think it's in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be doing
off the coast of Scotland.
Horrific Scotland. I'll be basically Sean Connery through this whole thing, basically, because he's from Scotland. But that's all I can do is this, the closest thing. But the plane lands just off the island, and it's really cool. And it's one guy in the plane, so it's a tiny biplane. It's a constable.
Yeah, and he's flying it. It's not like he has a pilot. He knows how to fly this plane, I guess. I'm getting the idea that he's a constable. His jurisdiction they have is over these islands. The actual islands are called the Hebrides Islands, I think, off of Scotland. It's a whole archipelago. But so he must just fly around to these islands. It must not be unusual for him.
No, I think it is unusual, Art, because he's here for a specific reason. Because when he lands, I love the introduction of this character because he's no nonsense. He has little to no personality. And he's trying to get the attention of the islanders who look like, see, I'm wearing this turtleneck here.
Mm-hmm.
They all look like this. Picture me aged 80, not far away from that, but they all look like me, age 80, with caps. And he's like, "Arr!" And he's using a megaphone. "Would you send me a dinghy, please? Looking for a missing child." And they're all looking at him like he's nuts.
Yes. They send out a rowboat to get him. That's how you got to get a rowboat, bring him back to the dock. And he has a picture of a missing girl. He says that they got an anonymous letter, and it was sent to him, and it was that a girl on the island is missing.
Yes. Rowan's missing. And this is called Summerisle, apparently, and it's private. So they're like, "No, you can't. This is private property." He's like, "I'm a cop." He uses his cop a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's where you get...
I have in my note that he's Detective Inspector Stick Up My Ass.
Yes. I'm Inspector Stick Up My Bum. I'm Inspector Straight Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's showing the guys the picture, and they're like, no, I've never seen her. You know, the harbor master is there, who's also... Everybody's the exact same age. They're like 72.
Yes. And there is something off, Eric. You just feel it. Even here, these guys are like, nope. But they have kind of a impish grin in their eyes, a lot of them, as they're passing the picture around. Right?
Right away, you get this sense like, what? This is an odd place. But then... no one seems to know who Rowan Morrison is. And he's like, is a daughter of May Morrison. And then one of the guys like, oh, May. Yes. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot. And then they say, it's not her daughter, though. And throughout this, you're hearing this song. I don't know if you got the words to the song, but they play it too many times, so I'll count them for you. But we've heard it once already. And it's just like... Corn rigs are bonny rigs among the rigs, Ranani. I'm like, what? Yeah. It's like a folksy song about hooking up with Annie in the corn.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that one might be an actual traditional song that they are singing.
They most of them are through this.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to know her. And so he goes off into town, and we hear that song again.
Yes.
I thought, is this the theme song? Like, who?
Yeah.
Annie. Who the hell is Annie? That's what I want to know. And she's kind of ready to go with this Annie.
And it's a lot of that authentic folk music. And it's an odd town, getting the like people looking out the windows at him, looking behind walls and things. They're clearly, he's the outsider. He looks like an outsider. Like you said, he walks very straight. This is Edward Woodward, is the actor here. We would know him here in America, Eric. He was the Equalizer in the 80s TV show.
Oh.
He was, the English guy in the Equalizer. That's where we'd know him from. Yeah.
And he is a constable. He's dressed like, I don't know, a 60s cop. He looks like he'd be chasing after the Beatles or something. Come back here, you long-haired heathens. And I get the sense that the people in the town, to me, I would think they just cast locals because they all seem like very real and somewhat awkward people, right?
Yes.
Awkward. They're awkward art. But he goes to the sweet shop. Remember, they didn't know who the person was, but then they're like, oh, yeah, it's her mom. We know this woman, and she owns a sweet shop. So how could they not remember Mrs. Morrison, who owns the sweet shop?
Well, I think they said it is May Morrison, and they said you can find her at the bakery, but they said that's not her kid, though.
Right.
They said when you go to see her, that's not.
Oh,
yeah.
And did you notice the stuff when you go to this? They said bakery. It looked like a sweet shop to me as well because there's all kinds of things in there. But I wouldn't go in that. If I was a kid and my mom's like, do you want to go in this sweet shop? I'd be like, fuck no. No, mommy. You see what was in the window?
Yeah, there's like things that look like babies and then rabbits and pigs.
Turtles, giant like chocolate rabbits, but it looks like if Willy Wonka was tripping and then he opened up a shop. That's what that stuff looks like in there. Unbelievably large and awkward looking confection.
Kind of looks like Nailed It. Like kind of reminds you of that show.
Yes.
but the people who don't do so well.
Nailed it. Look how awesome this is. This is my Elmo cake. Are you sure? No, it's Cinderella.
But it is all produce agriculture-based, animal-based, everything that's in this sweet shop. It's all geared towards that.
It's a cake. It's about, I don't know, a foot long. And it's a what looks like a woman, like a full-figured woman cake, naked.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Since we got the accent, I don't know if you ever remember that SNL skit with Patrick Stewart in the erotic bakery. Remember?
Oh.
Remember that?
No. Is there a good line from it?
No, just every cake he tries to sell them is a woman going to the bathroom.
Oh.
So they're like, do you have anything else? He's like, sir, this is an erotic bakery. Like, no, but I know that. But I just like...
Well, we
that's
find
just
out
a woman going to the bathroom. And Patrick Stewart goes, precisely.
Patrick Stewart is always good at the naughty humor.
Yes.
But so, the mom owns the shop, and he's like, is this your daughter? She's like, no, yes. I love her voice. No, you silly. Oh, ha. She's back there, you silly cow. No, she's just so nice. And did we say the guy's name? It's Sergeant Howie.
Howie is his actual name. We were joking that it was stick up my butt. But,
yeah,
but
well, we could call him that.
He's
stick my butt.
Sergeant Howie is how he introduces himself. And I think this is where he first introduces himself. I don't think we've heard his name up until now, Erik. Yes.
But he goes in the back, and there's Myrtle, and she's doing a painting of... not a rabbit, apparently. Rabbits, we don't use the word rabbit here. We use hair. They're all hairs. And he goes next to her and she's like, help me color. And she gives him the paintbrush and just on the wrong end. So he gets the paint all over his hands. I just thought these little touches are great because that's exactly what a kid would do.
Because we also know him as sort of this fastidious person already. So the idea that he has this blue paint now on his hands, it just, you can tell he's like, and then he leans out, he's kind of creepily close to her. Did you notice? I think they wanted to get him in the same frame.
Yeah.
And he's like, so Myrtle.
The mom doesn't care. Apparently just let a strange officer, an off-islander come in, and he's like, do you know where Rowan is? And she's like, yes, I do, silly. She's in the fields, running and playing. And he's like, oh, do you think she wants some tea? She's like, no, hares don't have tea, silly.
Yeah.
And so she's talking about a hare, which apparently is a big difference between a hare and a rabbit. Just so we're very clear. We can't say rabbit. We'll get in trouble. The gods will punish us.
Yeah, so then Howie's like, oh, so maybe this isn't the Rowan what's going on? Rowan, this is her daughter. Rowan is a hare. So I think he's a little thrown off here. He doesn't know. And we are as the audience too. I have to say, watching this, like, you do start to get the feeling, what is even the mystery here, and what's happening, and are people in on it? Yeah, this is very strange.
His handwritten letter specifically said she's been missing for months, and somebody from the island wrote him this letter, and he's like, hello. But what I love is when she asks if he wants something to drink, the mom, she's like, it must be thirsty work. Asking all those questions. Some great dialogue in here.
These actors, her, and we're going to meet one here in a second too. I love these performances. They stick in your mind. These local color, I guess you could call them, of this place. Because now evening is coming on, and he's going to go to try and get a room at the Green Man Inn.
The Green Man, which nobody knows. You don't know what the Green Man is. Cool. But the Green Man is a symbol in like paganism and stuff. It's fruitful Green Man. So it's a thing.
And I was going to ask you, because you noticed these things about the sign for the Green Man. What did you think of the sign for this inn and pub?
It's a face, right? Isn't it a face?
It's a face. It's made all out of leaves. And it has a smile, but the white teeth, if you look closely, are flowers like daisies. And then the eyes on the sign are like brass or copper spheres that poke out from the sign, and they're kind of striated, like corrugated. I just know that sometimes when you see movies with these pubs, you like the signs. And
yes.
I was like,
I looked at it. Now I remember, because of my sickened stupor, that yes, he had teeth that were flowers. But the Green Man, I have a Green Man, fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to think this is going to be the podcast where I go, fun fact. But I have a Green Man, and it's, usually a leafy-faced man. Green Man. And he stops in there, and it's that typical thing. What's that star on the wall? Like,
it's what record scratches were invented for, Erik.
right?
But they don't have records here. But they're playing live music.
Is it like a dozen or more locals? There's got to be like 30 people in there.
And there are here some younger people. We've been mostly seeing older people, but this bar inn has some younger people in it.
Yeah, so it's not the aisle where you go to die.
Yes.
It's the aisle of the almost dead. No, there's younger people, yeah.
And he goes over to the innkeeper. I love this. I know you love this guy too. And the innkeeper is Alden McGregor.
It is, Lord. I'm Alden McGregor. Why don't you come in? Have a little cup of tea or something. He's got a little scarf, if I remember correctly. He's balding but long hair.
Yeah.
In his 40s. Great voice. Alden McGregor.
And a great cadence to what he's saying.
Right.
I'm sure we can get your room. That'll won't be a problem. Yeah.
I'm going to exaggerate, but my daughter Willow will show you to your room. He's just it's almost like he knows something you don't know.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, and Erik, I have to say, I'll mention it again as we go along. We're starting to see like that glint in his eye, like you say. And we're starting to see a lot of people in this town kind of will catch glimpses like that towards this detective. Towards
little
Howie.
glimpses. But this guy seems to be deliberately playing with his stranger.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. But his daughter's going to help Howie to his room. His daughter, Willow. So right away, there's an interesting name. Willow McGregor. And it comes out, and it is the famous bombshell actress, Britt Eklund. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She's just that typical 60s goddess where she's got the blonde hair. She's got a thin but foolish figure. And she's just, you just can't take your eyes off her. I can't. I don't know if you guys can, but I can't stop thinking about her.
So you would say it good casting.
Oh, boy.
McGregor here.
Oh, my God.
Britt Eklund, those of us who are into it, you would know she was a Bond girl in Man with the Golden Gun, which is interesting because that's Christopher Lee in
also,
Man with the Golden Gun.
Yes.
So yes.
Right.
So she was in that. Also famously married to Peter Sellers for a long time.
Yeah. Poor Britt. I love
know.
Peter, but man, he was.
Right. Stop. Those of you who love Peter Sellers, don't actually research what his actual life was like.
Don't do it.
It's not very pleasant.
But here, they introduced the daughter, and then everybody. This is where you thought, "Oh, is this a musical?" Because everybody starts singing as though you're in Oliver.
Yes.
I mean, they all know the song.
The landlord's daughter is the name of the song.
Landlord's daughter.
Yes.
And every song in The Wicker Man, I think you'll agree, is about hooking up or sex or things like that. Because according to this song, I don't know how much you picked out of there, Art, but according to the song, the landlord's daughter is very naughty. She's naughty. You got any parts from that song?
Oh,
I've got a couple.
And when her name is mentioned, the pants of every gentleman do stand up at attention.
Yes. And she loves it. She's like, this is true.
Yeah, she's dancing around the whole group. Now, I did read in the backstory that the part of this was specifically the director and Christopher Lee told the cast, we're going to treat this as if it is sort of a musical. We're going to lean into that. It's not a musical, we should be clear, but they did want to have parts of it that seem that way because the communal aspect of suddenly everybody jumping into song or these songs and everybody knowing the words sort of re-emphasizes that there's this community here where everybody's in on it. And so I thought it was an interesting take because you do think, Erik, like you said, am I in a musical suddenly? This is weird.
It is because what you said, Art, even the shots when they're talking about, it's like something about the part between her left leg and her right leg. And it's showing the guy's feet like it's a musical, like you would do. She loves the song, but the sergeant, he's not having any of it, Artie.
At one part, this big guy starts bumping her with his crotch from behind, and she's like, "Oh!" And that's when Howie, our detective, he stops the proceedings. He slams his hand down on the bar. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's what those big glass ashtrays were originally for, apparently. And the guy you're talking about, which we see him, he's one of the locals. He looks to me like a young Scottish Santa. You know, he's like a girthy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's clearly like a big, strong guy.
Yeah, but everybody's not singing anymore. He ruined the song.
He really killed the vibe.
Yeah,
he's a vibe killer in this.
He like jammed that stick a little bit higher up his butthole. Oh, pay attention! And he tells the barkeep to pass this picture around of Rowan, and nobody seems to know her. At all. And then there's another thing about photos is on the wall. You know, at the bar, you have different pictures on the wall, whatever, like celebrities or whatever. They have pictures, black and white pictures of, it's always a youngish girl wearing a white, like, nightgown, standing amongst a bunch of plentiful fruit, like fruit only, like apples and watermelons and stuff. And it's different years. And then one of the pictures is there's just a hook, which is eerie. The Wicker Man gets eerie, and they're not throwing it in your face. There's no like stings or it's just where's the picture, and why is it creeping me out?
It must have been broken. Like,
did it get broke, Art? And he wants so he's just stick up his butt once supper. You know, he's just like, I'll have my supper. They're like, I'm making up dialogue. Oh, we'll see to it, Sergeant. Oh, maybe you pull that stick out of your arse, you can sit down. Oh.
And so he's eating, and it's a simple, like, sort of like English plate. It's got potatoes. And it looks like it could be rabbit, right? Like a rabbit.
Oh, no, Art. It's not rabbit. It's hair.
Hair. It could be.
It's not rabbit.
I know.
Art.
I know.
You can't say that.
I know, Erik.
But it's disgusting. It looks.
He says it's disgusting.
It looks like it, and he's like, what is it? A lima bean or one of those big?
He calls it broad bean, right?
Yeah,
but I think it means like a bean. Yeah.
And he holds it up and he goes, "This doesn't seem to be. It's not the color of its natural state or something like that."
Yeah, and he's talking to Willow, so Willow's come in.
Oh yes,
and Willow says, "Well, maybe you're not used to things that come right from the ground, that are that fresh. Maybe you're not used to it. That could be the color that they are."
Yes, and she also says with her eyes, doing, some things in their natural state have the most vivid colors. And I read into that. The more I watch this, the more I think that every line is about a vagina.
Yeah.
It's 100%. You see this bean? Do you mean vagina? That's what it is, Art. You see this stalk of celery? Oh, you mean a penis?
So Erik, he's like, he holds the bean up on the fork and he's like flicking it. You mean this bean right here?
Oh, I'm going to have to take my sweater off,
Art. Have to cut that out. We're explicit, but that's...
I don't know what you mean, Art.
This bean?
This bean
one?
here?
She's like, oh, yes, that one. You've got the right one there.
Let's hold it a little longer. Wait, don't stop. We're keeping it. We're just keeping it. This movie, what this movie's about, Art, we have to embrace our sexual nature. But you know what, Art? There's no apples.
Yeah, and which he finds strange. He finds it very strange that there's no apples.
Because people get apples from Summerisle. That's like the thing. Mm-hmm. And he's like, everything's canned. She's like, yep. And he says, well, what's for dessert? She's like, I can give you... Oh, peaches and cream? Canned? Yes, it's all canned. But she's little, like, food isn't everything in life. Doink.
Well, then he needs to take a little stroll after eating his piece of potato or whatever.
Yeah, got to breathe some fresh night air.
Go.
You don't see too often outside, artists, what goes on outside of the tavern.
He walks out, and it is a flat-out orgy happening right out on the lawn. There are people, and Erik, this was clearly filmed for podcasters like you and I, because they slow it down. It's like in a slow motion, and pause occasionally.
It was
to show
weird.
So that's for you and I to count the boobs. They stop it for us.
Right. I mean, if I'm counting boobs here, it's there's 8. I think there's 8 couples, and they're clothed, but in different disarray clothing, and they're all. It's like if you went out in the yard and there was a bunch of chickens, except the chickens were couples having sex on the lawn, and he's just standing there like, how do I? Like, you could feel his butt cheeks get tighter. Like, and did you notice the lighting? I bet you really liked the lighting here, because it was like a floodlight, just a harsh floodlight. So it looks, it's erotic, but also unnerving. And I think that's what Wicker Man does to you. It's like, ooh, this is sexy. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You just go, what?
And he walks by the graveyard, and there's people in there. It's nighttime, but there's like a guy watering. It looks like trees are growing up out in front of headstones. It's like little trees have been planted right where the body would be. Like, not decorative to the sides, but like right there.
No, but I wasn't paying too much attention to that, because I was too busy watching the completely naked woman crying on a headstone, almost straddling it in a sense, but crying, but completely naked. And I thought, this is April in Scotland. She's got to be freezing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
And so, like you said, I don't know if we have a running, like, pucker level, because he just looks like he cannot believe what's going on. Like, he is very upset.
Yeah. It's the Ferris Bueller. It's like if you stuck a piece of coal up his ass, in a few minutes, you'd have a diamond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so he goes back to the inn, and in the inn, when he comes in, they're having like I can't understand what they're doing. The big guy is lifting another guy up towards the ceiling, and everybody's cheering. It's like some sort of, I don't know, contest or something. It's and he goes up to his room, and then suddenly things calm down downstairs, Erik. It's like a chill guitar, like almost you'd think like the guy in Animal House who's playing a guitar, like a frat guy, just like I gave my love a cherry, that type of thing, right?
The chicken that had no bone.
Yes, right. But it chills down, yeah. And so he's up in his room, Detective Howie. And is he praying? Is he sort of going to bed? He's like praying on his bed.
He is praying, so you can see he's a devout Christian. So probably that doesn't help his puckerness at all for this situation. And we're talking about underwear. I guess we'll talk about his underwear. Yeah. It's pajamas. It is basically a pajama suit. Mm-hmm. I mean, just...
we can't... Imagine if he had his rank and everything on it too. It was pajamas, but it was like his police outfit.
Yeah, it's like the Mary Poppins kids kind of pajamas. He's wearing his hat. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
But it's a little fluffier because he's going to bed.
Yeah. But, then we see the daughter. Oh gosh. Full light, naked on her bed. And she is she has been blessed with near perfection. I'll just have to say. And she's naked, and she's rapping on the wall and singing a song like, come to me. You know, it's like, I'm soft in the things I'll do to you. I'm making up some of the dialogue here, but she's singing, and it's a haunting song about sex. So it seems like she's casting a spell, and he can hear this.
And meanwhile, downstairs, the musicians are playing music that she's sort of singing to.
It's weird because, if you're in an inn, we go to an inn up north and you can hear everything. So, whoever's downstairs is like, whoa, something's up. But he's very taken by what I would imagine is a spell. And he's getting all sweaty and he's touching the walls. He's like, oh, and he wants to open the door and he closes it. And she's saying things like, Oh, the things I'll show to you. You know, I mean, and God bless, she has no inhibitions, this actor, because she is pounding up against the door with her, what I would call near perfect bottom. I mean, she's gyrating and stuff, and you're catching glimpses of things that you just.
And she's putting her back up against the door, and it almost looks like a Shakira video or something. Music video.
Oh my gosh!
Remember Shakira and Rihanna? Like,
yes!
They had a video like this, right?
That would be awesome.
And
add the music art to this, where she's like,
"Oh my
God, when you talk like that, boom, boom, you make a boom."
But yeah, but he's it's almost like, Erik, you know, the mermaids, the sirens driving the sailors crazy.
Yeah.
That's sort of the image we have here, right?
Yes. And those pajamas, I think they might be silk pajamas. He ruined them. But he doesn't.
You mean by sweating through them?
Yeah, sweating through. No, he didn't. No, he something was happening there. And then she does this thing where she touches a figure, like a full-figured woman statue type of thing.
Yeah, she's caressing this idol or something.
Then she goes to the window and lets something out the window, I mean, it's clear that she's somehow trying to mesmerize him.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch this, you'll know exactly. If you're a heterosexual male, or if you just like the female body, you're going to feel what he's feeling, because I'm sweating right now from watching. But it ends. It's gone. Just cut to the morning. She comes in into it's unlocked. For a guy who's uptight, he's got an unlocked room, and she's coming in with the morning tea or something. And she says clearly, "Oh yeah, what we thought." What? She says, "I thought you were going to come and see me last night. I invited you." You're like, what?
Very open about it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, I'm engaged to be married." Wait, Sean Connery, "I'm engaged to be married." And she's like, "Oh, does that stop you?"
Yeah. It's funny. So you sound like James Bond, but I'm like, James Bond would have been over there in a second.
5
James
minutes.
Bond wouldn't have.
Well, let me get my robe. Yeah. And she says, "You better, you know what, with the way you're feeling about this," because he doesn't believe in sex before marriage. Like, that's a very odd phrase, Art. It's like, you don't believe in it. You're like, well, it's real. You just don't want to do it. I don't believe in it. But she says, "You don't want to be around here on May Day. Not the way you feel." Doink, 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 doink. So now he's got to still go policing. So he's going to go up and to the school.
Yeah. He's got to go start his investigation into
the world's most interesting school. Here's your musical back, Art. It's a bunch of kids dancing around a maypole, which this one is an authentic. It's like a tree that's been cut, and it's up in the air, and they have different color. What do you call them? Bands, streamers. And it's all boys awkwardly being led by the male teacher. And I think, are they singing "Ring Around the Rosie," Art?
It's like you said, these songs, these period songs that are clearly phallic and sexual in nature. And he's leading them in a song, but it looks like a town song you would have a production of it in Pete's Dragon or something,
right?
From Disney,
exactly.
It's like.
But instead of instead of like
Passamaquoddy, we have
and on that woman there was a man, and in that man there was a seed, and having sex and sex and sex and sex. It's like, whoa. But there was a tree. There's a tree in it, so it makes it okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about nature and sex together.
Yeah.
And you need to learn that when you're an 8 to 11-year-old boy, right?
So Detective Howie he's passing by, and you can see he's like, what? He listens to the song, though. He stops. We kind of get a good amount of this song, Erik. We get the number they rehearsed and we get.
They did. They all have great voices, too.
Yes.
It's
this
not
is
like
all
Happy
choreographed. The Inter-Island Maypole Choreography League, right? They go around.
All right, cut, everyone. Listen, little Johnny, you were off on your color. You better get that swing right, or you're out.
Yes, right. Well, how are we going to beat Mull Island if we don't?
Their maypole is extraordinary. So it's just all the boys.
Yeah, and so he goes into the schoolhouse where it's all girls at
Yep.
the school. The boys aren't in the schoolhouse. It's all the girls at their desks.
And they can hear what's going on. They're banging on the table, and the teacher's doing it too. The teacher, all of the women, older women in this, seem to be blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all
I noticed that too. Yeah.
blonde, long-haired people. And she's teaching them. She's like, all right, that's enough. Concentrate on me in school. Is it math they're learning or ABCs with science?
No,
Science.
they have to. It is, but Erik, it's important for kids in school to know what the maypole actually represents. The maypole is the phallic nature of the maypole.
It's all of the kids except for one, I guess, who's shy. They all know it's a phallic symbol. She's right. That's right. It's a big dick. It's a big dick, girls. It's a cock.
Gold star for you all.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a big old one-eyed worm is what it is, girls. I mean, what I like is it's delivered like she's talking about like just liters. You know, how many gallons are in a liter? This represents a penis. They're all like, yep. And it's the generative, I love this word, generative force. It's the generative force in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the men get the full credit? All they got a seed and that's it. I just think it's so funny. But the sergeant can't handle it.
Oh my God. He says to her, I've been going around this town. I've seen this and I've seen that. And now I understand. It's all originating from the filth that's being taught it right here in the school, clearly.
Yes. And he's always using his authorities. Like, I shall report this to the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that voice is coming from. Corruption of the young.
Once again, he's using that authoritative tone, Erik, but the teacher doesn't seem threatened. She doesn't seem like it almost taking it almost taking it as if a child was saying it or something. Like, it's a little not dismissive, but more like, I don't know, like a winking, impish sort of nature. They
don't react at all with like, oh shit, what are we doing wrong?
No.
And he
goes over and he has to erase the board because he's going to write on the board. And did you yes.
One, you don't erase a teacher's blackboard. He doesn't want them to learn whatever's on there.
Oh no. Well,
what do you got?
The toadstone.
Yes.
It says on the board, toadstone preserves the newborn from the weird woman.
Yeah, well, that's that's a well-known fact.
You must have went to a different school then.
No,
I didn't.
Yeah,
did you learn that at school? Yeah, the weird woman.
Yeah,
and
there another
the
one?
hagstone.
Yeah,
the hagstone preserves people from nightmares. That's good to know because
I have a couple of hagstones. I usually give them out for the holidays. Here's your hagstone. What I love is he goes over to the class. He's like, I am a police officer. As you can see, points to his. You can just see that this guy is just not. He has no sense of anything.
But it did make me laugh because I think the character himself is like, yeah, I'm introducing myself as a police officer, but I'm dressed clearly as a police officer.
Yeah, like it's obvious, kids. It's obvious, kids. And he's passing that photograph around of this girl who's she's like 11, right? Or or 13, and no one.
All the girls, no,
yeah,
we don't know who. No, I don't know who she is.
But Art, what's that empty desk? There's an empty desk there.
Well, mirroring the empty photograph, Erik, on the wall. If you think about it, there's a place missing. There's a place missing.
Oh, yes. And these are those little old-fashioned school desks. I don't know if you had them, Art, but you.
Oh yeah,
they're like that weird material
and a hinge desk that you push up. Yeah.
Yeah. So he opens that one. This is where watching Wicker Man, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Because you open it up and there's a nail, like one of those nails used for wood, like big nail that you pound in a 2x4. And there's a string on it. And attached to the string is a very large, like beetle or something. And it's going around in a circle with this on it. And the sergeant stick in his butt is like, what's this? And then the weirdest little girl who looks like she's 40
Yeah.
right? The one that didn't answer the question. I thought she was going to be possessed by a demon or something, but she really looks like she's pretending to be 12, but she's actually got some kind of ailment where she's really.
She's like the girl in that movie. What is it? Orphan or whatever. It's like that type of thing.
She's pretending to be a little girl.
Yeah. She could
And she
terrorize a family. Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, what? That goes round and round till it ends up tight against the nail, poor thing. But she says it like, and he goes, why in God's name do you do it? It's like, what do you, but remember that little beetle.
Oh, yes.
I think it's just not a lot happens in Wicker Man, like, but you're just haunted the entire time.
Yeah. A little later, I'm going to throw out a comparative movie that has the same effect, But yes, he demands, give me the school register.
Well, Art, you can't do that without permission from Lord Summerisle.
Oh, well, yes. Once again, I'm a police officer, Erik. And
so you could do
and
whatever
you'll be
in
trouble. You'll be obstructing justice. You're right. You see him throwing around the law a lot. The law, the civilian law, the country's government's law. It's very interesting that that's his sort of identity that he's latched on.
If this was a comedy, he would have like a little whipping stick and he'd be like, every time he's like, the law. But he looks in the teacher's desk this time. And guess what? Her name is in there. Rowan's name.
Yes.
She exists, apparently, and that is her desk.
But then it leads to another weird thing, like when he was talking to the daughter of the baker, remember, where she's like, oh, she's out there in the field. And she says, the teacher says, he's like, is she dead? And the teacher's like, we don't use the word dead.
She doesn't even say it. She's like, we don't use the word.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, she has the cancer. It's just, but he calls them liars too. What I love is he calls the whole class. He's like, you're despicable little liars. You're the teacher's the biggest liar of all. Yeah. But it is a weird conversation about.
And she says, we teach here that you don't die, you're reborn, you know, and it's a practice, reincarnation almost. It's like you put somebody in the soil and they sprout grass, they sprout trees, and you're sort of still exist, but in these other forms. And that is a very there isn't a very the Romantic poets, even there was a revival of this, even so it's like this idea of life continuing in that way.
Yeah, which is cool because she says, where the soul goes, it's reborn into other things. It's great. And this is where you get a clash of beliefs because he's like, don't you know anything about Christianity? And she's really, so she admits something without, she's talking in circles. It's like, if Rowan existed, we would know it. And you're like, what are you talking? You just said, what are you talking about? And then she says, the children can't really take in the idea of a rotting body. And he's like, where is the rotting body of Rowan Morrison? He's getting pissed off because he knows he's getting the runaround.
Yeah. And he says, would it be in the graveyard, the churchyard? And she's like, a churchyard in a manner of speaking. Like you said, it's all elliptical conversation.
Yeah.
And she's like, the building attached to the yard where she is no longer used for Christian worship. So she's saying we couldn't really call it a churchyard since there's no church there.
Yeah, and you could just hear the stick in his ass snap. He's like, he's got to put a whole new one in here. Yeah. Excuse me for a moment. I mean, really, she's just pushing this guy's buttons.
Yeah.
He can't answer a simple question. So he goes to the graveyard, the churchyard. So you got all these old gravestones, but the graveyard churchyard is completely unkempt. So it's like they don't revere it, right?
Can I just say, here's your thing though, Erik. Remember earlier when Willow said, I think color in things is the life. Color is things. And you notice here's that juxtaposition, right? the old sort of granite gravestones, gray like you'd think of as a graveyard, but there's like trellises of flowers across, like rustic pops of flowers and things that they clearly have put in this graveyard. And so you're seeing that difference between the traditional Christian yard cemetery, and then like color here.
Yeah,
like,
it's almost you're almost it's not somber. It's life instead.
Yes,
instead of
exactly.
like, oh, you go here and just cry. This is where you go and bring life. Now, so he's a gravestone. You like that stone? What does he read on the stone? All right, I'm gonna let. I think the listeners.
Okay, I have it, Eric. I do have it.
I'd love the listeners to have you say it.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
And this is very old writing. This is chiseled on there. Very old, it looks like.
Yeah. What is it?
Great name.
Yeah.
Beach Buchanan.
Ooh.
Is the name on it.
Uh-huh.
And underneath it, it says, protected by the ejaculation of serpents. Eric, I already told Amanda, that's what I said, if I go first, that's what I want on the tombstone.
Yes. Like, could you carve this? What did you say you wanted, Art? Well, capital E, ejaculation of serpents. And I want, if you can carve the serpents in the act of doing that, like your fingers sticking out of the grave and they're all like, oh, here we go.
So I did want to ask you, Eric, so you're getting the feeling like this is it looks like an old churchyard that's now been repurposed towards paganism, but this tombstone seems quite old.
Yes. So, and I don't know how many people get this form of protection either. It's like a unique. Hey, the angels and saints watch over you. No, you know what? Know what I was thinking? So you get a bunch of horny snakes, just liquor them up, and then have them come to my place. And
now we know why St. Patrick was driving all those snakes out, right? Of Ireland.
I'm not going to have that ejaculate. Get them out.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
but it does make you're getting creeped out. And this isn't the end of the creeping out. It's just the beginning.
No, because we get more breasts in the cemetery.
Can we count
here?
It? No, it's one.
It's not completely, but it's a woman sitting there with a child, with an infant. An infant, is it? Yeah. And her shirt is kind of down. The breast is almost fully exposed, right?
Oh, yes, it is a very full breast.
Mm-hmm.
And she's holding a white egg in the other hand, but holding it out.
Yes.
And I thought her arm's going to start hurting in a bit. But it's a weird, you're like, what? Why is there a woman in the graveyard breastfeeding with an egg in one hand?
And she doesn't have much of an expression. She's just sitting there, like she isn't like leering at him or anything. It's just as if this is just what you do.
Yep. By this time, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
And he sees empty apple crates on a tomb. And you can hear those diamonds being produced out of his butt. They're all shooting out because you started this. So
yes, it's true.
I'm carrying it.
You're carrying that torch like a pagan leader, Eric.
Yep, I'm breastfeeding it like a new mom.
But he's very craftsy himself, Eric. He takes a piece of the crate and he cracks it in half and makes a makeshift crucifix, a little wooden makeshift crucifix, and he puts it down on top of this grave or slab that he's in front of. And fun fact, people said that from that movie, that little thing he did there, that he left there, they left it there after production, and it stayed there for years.
Wow.
It stayed there in that cemetery they filmed in. People didn't steal it or take it or anything. And from the Wicker Man, it was something you could go and see. It was always there, that little thing. That's the trivia I read. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool, because if you go in a cemetery, you think, oh, I don't want to defile that.
Right.
But
it's from him, the Wicker Man. So
walking
I thought that
past
was cool.
all the breastfeeding women and their eggs to get to it.
And there's a caretaker here, and he's mowing the lawn with like a powerless mower. It almost looks like the thing you roll with when you're a kid with all the pop things in it.
Useless.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you're mowing the lawn in here. It's like it's the world's worst lawn.
Yeah, and you would think, And with the themes of the movie, you would think they'd kind of want it to grow a little bit. But anyways, it's to introduce us to this caretaker.
Gardner
And
Yeah.
Gardner,
And I've seen
and he
him
also
before.
has that impish. He also has that
does.
impish thing about him.
They're all great characters. I haven't seen great characters like this since the Sleepy Hollow,
Mhm.
where they're all like that. But this guy I've seen before in a couple different movies, and I think he was in, A Clockwork Orange.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but this
He
guy
could very well be,
is
yeah.
a known character actor in the UK,
Mhm.
and he shows him the grave, or what seems to be the grave of Rowan Morrison. He's like, he points to a sapling tree and he's like, that's a Rowan. And you're like, what? He's like, no, Rowan Morrison's under there and there's a tree. She's been dead 6 or 7 months. So we're like, wait a minute. So at the beginning, people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. And now it's like, well, no, she was here, but she's dead. She's not dead. And then now he's like, oh no, she's dead. We don't use that word here, but she's fucking dead. He doesn't care about the word. 6 or 7 months,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's the only weird thing about this tree, right? Right, Art?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Go
it's
on.
something hanging from the tree.
Yeah.
And if you looked at it closely, you might think at first that it's, when a snake like serpent sloughs off its skin
Yeah.
and dried, but it's hanging down, it's dried, whatever it is, and it's long, and it's a piece of skin.
Yeah.
And
It's a normal
he says
thing to do.
I listened twice, Eric. Does he say it's from her? It's her navel?
It's her navel string. And he's like, of course it's her navel string hanging from the tree. And I have to say, I understand this because my mom kept baby teeth. She kept a lock of my hair. And I'm flipping through a book. And I'm like, Mom, what's this dead snake? She's like, oh, that's your navel string. I'm like, what? What? Why would you? What?
Oh, Eric.
What the
my God,
hell?
I'm starting to get scared, Eric.
I didn't realize that was an occult. It's just weird. But he's like, of course it is. And the police officer, he's just like, "Ugh,
And as if to emphasize our themes here, Eric, the gardener leans down to, like, he puts his face next to it because they can get the old church steeple behind. So we have the foreskin, the navel skin,
navel.
and then in the background we have the church steeple. And I'm like, oh, let's get it all our themes right in this little shot here.
It's a great shot. And this is creepy, right? If you haven't seen Wicker Man, I bet you're like, why is there a freaking navel string on a tree where they buried a kid in? And then what I love, this is what I want you to do, because I heard your voice when I watched it. So the sergeant goes, where does the minister live? And our guy goes,
Minister? Minister?
Yeah, I heard
Right,
your
like
voice.
that?
You're like,
I know. I can see where you would think that. And by the way, the gardener, Eric, I looked him up, so you'll just see. You were right with your Clockwork Orange.
yes.
You were right. And also, I'll say possible some future midnight cinemas in here. He was in Life Force. He was in
yes.
He was in Life Force.
Art. Oh, my God.
And he was in Bordello of Blood.
Oh, shoot. Because I have to say, I watched half of that before I threw up. After we did one of the podcasts, I started watching Bordello of Blood. And he's the funeral parlor guy. And it's just the worst. It is a terrible movie. Skip it. We're not covering it.
Okay. But I will say there's probably some titles in here that I'm just curious about that you might know. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb.
Yes.
He's in that. And he's in Bram Stoker's Legend of the Mummy, which is a 90s movie.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But he's in that. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, just to let you know, you were right.
Yes.
On this guy.
Life Force. I have that on my list, just so you know, everybody.
Okay,
Some
great.
more.
All right. So
he's done. So he goes back to the sweet shop.
yeah.
And another
and this is it's unrelenting. It's unrelenting, the weirdness that's going on, because
Did you know
we go
about
right
this?
from navel skin.
Yeah.
About
Mark, did you know about this practice? Have you heard about it or not? before
It
watching
sounds
this.
like something that you could have heard about. Is this real? Is this
it's
real?
a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Okay.
My mom may or may not have had it.
Erik, I'm starting to wonder. I'm okay.
At the end of the podcast, we'll decide what happened.
Erik.
Run. Why does your mom have a chocolate phallus symbol on the counter?
So yeah, we're back to the bakery. So Mrs. Morrison and Myrtle, the daughter, Myrtle, and she slides I think the actress really did this. It looks like they took a real toe. No, it wasn't. Okay. It the way it's cut, it looks good.
Beautifully.
She slides a toad into Myrtle's mouth.
Well, you know why, Art? Because when you have a sore throat, the frog takes it, and then when it leaves, if it starts to croak, then it's taking your sore throat. So basically, you frickin' gave your illness to the frog, and you said to the frog, screw you. But that's what it is. And my mom, things with onions, you take an onion and you put it in the frickin' oven, an onion cut in half, and then you frickin' place it on your chest, and it's supposed to cure you of your fever, shit like that. Yeah. Cut your finger off and put it in the stew. Feed it to your grandmother. No.
I'll just worry about you when you start being like cornrows and barley corn.
Oh, all the time. I sing that to Orsina every night. She just is like, nope. Among the fields. Nope. There's no fields. Yeah. So that's, she basically makes it's a kind of a witchcraft thing where you take the frog and you cure yourself of what ails you.
Yeah. And so Myrtle spits the frog back out. They put it in a little jar, and Detective Howie sees this. He walks in on this.
Yeah,
so she's like, "Can I do anything for you, Mr. Howie?" Now we're sort of in a comedy movie. He goes, "I doubt it, seeing as you're all raving mad."
Yes, if you saw a little girl put a little toad in her mouth to take care of her sore throat, a little bit. But she got this glorious sweet, like a Willy Wonka gobstopper. But he goes, after this, he goes to, I'm on the fence as to what it's called. So I'm going to say registrar's office.
I have it written as the registry or the town, the administrative office or something for the town.
And he goes in there and I don't think she has an official name in the movie.
I don't think we ever hear her name. Yeah.
I think it's called secretary, but it's another icon.
So yes, this is the actress Ingrid Pitt.
Yes. She's wearing the Princess Leia buns, right? And she's eating fruit from a can, just pointing it out. And the guy, our stick butt man wants to look at some of the books, and she's like, well, do you have authority? He's like, of course I do. She's like, no, from his lordship. And he's like, lordship. And he threatens her. He's like, you listen to me. He's just thrown that authority around.
And she admits, he shows her the picture, and she's like, that is her.
We go.
She's one of the first people in the town to confirm for him that is her. And she says she's dead, but she says, I don't know how she died.
Right. And you would think at this point that as a police officer, you would just be like, you know what? I'll be back. And then he just leaves the island, comes back with 6 other guys, and like, okay, now let's find out.
There's no death certificate. There's no
but he's just,
anything.
His ego is getting in the way. His stick is getting in the way, so he keeps threatening people with the law. So she shows him the books, and there is no. We just heard she's dead, right? You said that. I said that. They said that. There's no record, like you said. So what? And then she says, "I don't know."
There is a birth record, though, right? There is a birth record, and the parents' names are Rachel and Benjamin or something some. And he notices that those are names from the Bible. Those are Christian names.
Well, Art. Those people were very old.
Right. They're not named Willow or Sky or something
or
like
Branch.
Yeah.
Or Ejaculate. No. But so he's getting answers, but he's not getting answers. So she knows her, but doesn't know anything about her, which doesn't make any sense. So he goes off and he goes to the chemist.
Yes.
This is
we should say, Erik, it is a hard cut to a jar of foreskins. It's labeled foreskins.
Yes, just in case you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah. It's It's if Willy Wonka now opened up another shop, but he just taking it in a different direction.
Yeah.
Mad scientist type of things in these jars.
And this what? So it's a apothecary, would you say, or a pharmacist,
it's
sort
like
of chemist? Yeah,
CVS. If CVS was run by Celtic pagans,
correct. Yeah, it's all dried this and dried that and things.
Did you read any of them?
I didn't get all of them.
I'll give you a
Definitely the
couple.
foreskins stood out. Okay, Erik, here.
So what we have is, when you, I really got to go to CVS and get something for my cold. You can get rat brains. They have that. Snake oil. That's, you can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
Regular brains, if the rat brains aren't doing it for you. Hearts, dead bugs, and pigs in a jar. Whole baby pigs.
Yes, I did notice.
Looks like they're humping each other in a jar. All those things, I'm sure they must have toads.
And more. There was a lot on those shelves.
So much more.
And this guy this is where, okay, this is the outtake from a Monty Python sketch right? Like I could just, with this guy, because the reason he's there is this guy is also the town's photographer. I take it that like
a great job because he only has the one picture he gets to take every year.
Yeah, so I guess he only takes it for that festival. So what is the Harvest Festival photos that we saw at the inn? This old guy who runs the apothecary takes that picture, but he doesn't do other things like school graduation or anything like that. I guess he just And boudoir. He does boudoir photography.
Right, he does. He does the old-fashioned clothing, old-timey photography. Hold up that jar of rat brains. But he's like, well,
no, it's difficult to say.
Yeah,
It looks like every word is drawn out, and he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know. Nope. It's like almost like doddering old man.
Yeah,
like it's like he'll mix up the drugs, and George Bailey's brother will lose his hearing in one ear.
Lazy loafer. Yeah, and he's like, "Well, do you have a copy?" He's like, "I don't have a copy." He doesn't have a copy of the photo. He's very upset. He's like, "Oh no, photo's gone. Oh dear, oh my."
That's what I mean. This sounded like it was on the edge of being a sketch.
Yeah,
to me. Like,
you know who this girl is or not? I don't know if I know or not.
Yeah, Monty Python. What do you mean you don't know what the?
Why? Would you like a rat brain? No, I don't want a rat brain.
Yes.
And this is the third time, might be the final time, but that song, Among the Fields with Honey, it's that Barley Bills and Pearly Hills. It's just another sex song. And did you notice now he's going, I think he's going to, he's going to go see Lord Summerisle, this guy we've been hearing about all the time. Did you notice as he's passing by the greenery?
Did I notice it?
The greenery?
You're asking me if I noticed.
We have hedges out front. We carve them.
He's going on a horse cart. He's being drawn by a horse and cart.
Yeah,
and there's women. First, we see women just sort of traipsing. Would you say traipsing through? At first, like women traipsing through with some little clothing on. Yeah,
they look like it might be pregnant. One of them.
Yeah, and they have like flowers in their hair, type of thing.
Yeah.
But then it's all blossoms and everything. But there's a song they're singing about make the baby grow, take the flame inside you, right? Like, is that
burn and burn, Villet? It sounds awful when you think about it. It's like sex is really painful. Burn and burn.
But then it gets a little more serious. This is It is a Stonehenge-like setup. There's these rock columns and things. Like I said, almost like a miniature Stonehenge.
Yes.
With a circular, almost looks like you might light a fire in the middle of it, which they're going
there's a stone thing in the middle, like a round flat. Yeah. And there's a fire there.
A bunch of women arranged around it.
Yes. And no, I didn't
completely naked. Completely.
Did you
not
ask
a stitch of clothing?
What? Well, I did it out of research.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did because
I did.
People rely on that. Okay.
This is where they're like, well, we can't it's got to be rated R. We can't. I mean, the pounding on the wall with the buttocks. If you look carefully, you're like, whoa. So this one, they're like, we can't. There's women sitting in a.
Their legs are splayed.
Yeah.
We would say like splayed out.
Yes.
So you're looking at, if you're looking at it from the shot is from above. So we're sort of seeing them all ringing it almost like the sun. It would be an image of the sun, and they're the rays of the sun coming out.
Well, the women facing you, they do have, I think maybe it's not intentional, but they are wearing almost like a flesh-colored underwear. The ones facing you.
All right.
Because otherwise you'd be like, whoa, my Lord. But
I didn't look.
Yeah. Well, you could pause it.
HD.
It's HD, for me. It's like, oh, my Lord. Yeah. So then they start, they're singing about sex, and then they're dancing naked.
It's like, take the fire inside you is the lyric.
Right.
That's specifically.
Yes. I don't know what that means. But and they're jumping over the fire. And we see them passing by these bushes on the way. You know, topiary. I guess topiary when you carve it into things.
Yep.
And you get your typical topiary, which would be a vagina. I think you can walk through that one. And they have a big penis. You're like, all right, I see what it sounds about. Did you notice those?
I wanted to ask you something, and I didn't look it up.
What? How
notice,
vaginas work?
These Scottish islands. But did you notice there's a lot of palm trees? It looks almost like palm trees on this island.
Yes,
like
the foliage. I wish Orsina could have seen it because
I was just curious. I'm like, because I know it's filmed on location in that area.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought of that foliage in that. I was just curious.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did notice that it's.
But we're noticing, palm.
Different kinds of plants, including the cock tree. I'm sorry, the cock bush. Oh, I said two things in one. It's, you know what, everybody, this is the movie, so we're gonna talk about.
And the carriage draws up. It's an old castle. Great.
It's beautiful.
Amazing location. Yeah, this. Yeah,
it's like a medieval Game of Thrones, huge Gothic castle. I love it. And when he goes in, it's the same inside. It's very ornate. It reminds me of like Hammer films.
Well, Amanda's mother's English. I should mention. I didn't mention earlier. Her mother's great grandfather came from the Isle of Mull, which is in the islands on the Hebrides on the Scottish coast. So this island, she descends from one of these islands.
Wow,
that's out there, Amanda. So. Yeah, isn't that funny?
Wow.
And her father, completely separate, his ancestors come from a little peninsula that's off the coast that points at these islands called Appin, I think.
Wow.
And but
I'm surprised, Art, that Amanda doesn't go up to you and be like, hey, take this toad if you're feeling sick.
I know. But the reason I bring it up is her parents' house, her mom's house, it was decorated like this castle. I mean, it's not a castle, but the paintings and the way it looked, I was like, oh, wow, that looks a little like her furnishings and how she would. I loved it. I thought it was great, this place.
Like a giant antique shop.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, with really cool stuff in it.
And when he goes in
a big chair faced at the fireplace. A big leather chair.
Yeah. Right? The ones
huge.
Yeah.
And
he's looking out Sergeant's looking out the naked people, and he's got his hand on his face. Like, am I still seeing this? He doesn't know what to do. He's just, and then freaking someone's sitting in the chair. It's like Jerry Dandridge from Fright Night. He just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah. And at first, I trust the sight of the young people refreshes you.
No, it does not refresh me. No. And it's Lord Summerisle is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And you would.
So we're finally getting to meet Christopher Lee.
Yes. Oh no, Art. Is this I don't know if you. This is
yes.
This is your stupid thing.
No, it's not stupid. It's great.
It is. I hate it because now I have to.
We are rewarding Christopher Lee with a Midnight Cinema Popcorn Bucket Award.
Bing, ding, 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 ding.
Yay! What that is we have talked about him. This will be the second time that we have talked about him on our podcast. The first time was when, Erik?
There is a place called Sleepy Hollow. Yes, cameo in Sleepy Hollow.
Mhm.
This is one of his. This is sort of young Christopher Lee right now, 40, right? And then he was, I don't know, 80.
Yeah, this would have been sort of, would you say, the tail end of his Hammer horror days? I think he was.
So he's a little bit older.
Up that run,
but this guy's not what you think Lord Summerisle would look like. He's wearing a tweed. Is it a tweed jacket? And his hair. Oh my gosh! If I had my hair like that for young Frankenstein, but let me just, I'm going to put this up for you a little bit. Let's see if I can do Lord Summerisle.
Erik spiking up his hair a little bit. Yes, pretty good.
I trust the sight of young people refreshes you.
Now, looking at you, Erik, do you think that is to be like the Green Man? It's to sort of.
What's that
do you see what I mean? Like it's like out a little bit on the head. I wonder if the idea was to sort of evoke that a little bit.
I don't know, but hair products be damned, let it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like the fact that people can dance around naked and all this stuff. And he says that he wants to exhume the body of the girl, Rowan. And it's Rowan, right? Yeah, Rowan.
Yes, the girl.
And Summerisle's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
good.
And he says, you don't expect foul play, do you?
No, we don't commit murders here.
Yes, right.
And here, I'm going to let you do this one because I know you. I'll be the sergeant, and I bet you know what comes next. But
okay,
girls dancing out there, they're naked.
Well, you can't jump through fire with clothes on.
It's my favorite line.
It's very matter of fact. It's very matter of fact.
Hello? Why would you do that? Of course they're naked. What are you, an idiot?
Now, I just want to point out, Erik, I mentioned at the top of the podcast, this is Anthony Schaefer, who's a playwright, and his brother, famously a playwright too. He comes from that world. This scene, doesn't it feel to you like this is a play scene? Yeah. A scene you would see in a play on stage. It very much rolls out that way.
Yeah.
It's great dialogue,
it is.
Back and forth with two people who sort of represent the themes of the opposing themes of the movie, but talking them through in an interesting way. It stood out to me.
This would be something that you and I would do as a scene. It'd be a fun scene to do just to do the scene, right?
Yes.
But he mentions that they're doing reproduction without sexual union. And I'm like, what? And what he's basically saying is they're trying to summon I forget which god it is, one of them, a sun god or one of them, to make them fruitful. So I guess you don't need the seed.
But yet he comes off as an enlightened, educated man, Christopher Lee, and he's saying this as if this is just very matter of fact. And our, Howie is like, he breaks another stick.
You can hear that.
He goes, fake biology? Fake religion? Haven't you ever heard of Jesus, my good man?
Yeah,
and Christopher Lee has a good response. He has a good response. This is our playwright.
He's like, yes, son of a virgin, impregnated, I believe, by a ghost.
Yes.
And here's where, whatever religions you believe in or whatever your beliefs are, this is where you're like, who's right here? Because they both sound right now ridiculous. And they're both like, no, this is the truth. That the sun god is fertilizing these women jumping over fire. No. My guy was impregnated by his mom was impregnated by a ghost, and both of them taken out of context. You're like, what?
You're right, and like I said, this is good. This is the playwright working through these ideas, and then there's also a theme in here that they now talk about. Erik, Christopher Lee gets into that god. The one that you had is dead. He had his chance.
I love that line. But what about, God? He's like, well, he's dead. He can't complain. He had his chance and he blew it. And our stick up his butt is like, this is where he's, what?
Yeah. Well, this is very much, Erik, you'll remember that this would have been smack dab right at the time Time magazine had the famous cover, God is dead.
Oh, did they?
And right now, and you'll remember Rosemary's Baby. She's reading that Time magazine in the office, and Rosemary's Baby is also about God. They go, God is dead, Satan lives. The culture, there was a culture of that going around with God is dead. And remember, we're coming off of a period of the Vietnam War, a lot of struggles, the world's. There was a lot of, at that time, thinking of that as like, and then we're getting Rebirth, Age of Aquarius, right? All that stuff is coming into to vogue as far as all of that. So I think this is very much at the time, this would be hitting on cultural issues as well, not just these old themes, because it is an old theme, Erik. It goes back to the Romans, accounts of the Romans encountering pagan rituals and things like that. So this is an old tradition.
Yeah, and
but they're kind of hitting
shut
it with
down. They shut.
Right.
I kind of think the old religions. It'd be fun to have several gods. You're like, oh, this god, that god, and I'm talking about all of this stuff made me steamy. So I'm taking off my aisle and look, here's the ghost that impregnated Mary. There it is. But he says it's the fire god, by the way, that they're worshiping, and the old gods aren't dead. And then he says, Christopher Lee, without going too crazy, says that his grandfather bought the island, and there was people there, and he kind of talked him into the old gods, and he did strains of fruits. So he realized there was good soil from volcanic ash. So it's like, hey, this is a good place to try to grow fruit. And then he's like, and we'll just adopt the old gods and bring this and bring that. And and all of the ministers on the island, all the Christians were like, oh no, nope. And they fled.
Yeah.
They fled the island. But what I like that Christopher Lee says, I was going to say Lord Summerisle, where you used to live. Lord Summerisle.
That was a character I actually played on local cable access.
Lord Summerisle.
Lord Summerisle, yes.
He says, we were taught to love nature and to fear it.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, it's the same thing with God, where you're taught to love God and to fear God.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he said, so his grandfather passed on to his dad, to Christopher Lee's dad, Lord's, and he kind of kept it going. He kept it going and leaned even more into the paganish side of it.
Yeah, and so we know that it's not that old. So it's, what is that, 3 generations right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's talking about all that stuff, and but
Howie.
Yeah, Howie's Sergeant Howie says, well, I want you going to give me permission to dig up the body. He's like, hello, I already gave it. It's like,
yeah, I was under the impression I already said fine. Yeah. It's like, I thought that was actually a good line where Howie, they're so opposed ideologically, these people, that Howie's in the mode of, he must be opposing me, and Lord Summerisle, it's like, no, I didn't.
He's like, no, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dig her up. I don't care. And so
but he sends him off, the last line.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to talk with a Christian copper. That's what he says.
Christian copper. But they go dig up the body, and we got our gardener, that weird gardener guy, and it's nighttime, and they're digging up the coffin, and it's a child-sized coffin. They open it up. It's not a jump scare, right? But they open it up, and inside the coffin is a large hair, not like a hair on your head. It's like a March hare.
And I want to point out, it's not like it's decayed. It's freshly killed.
Right.
So
it doesn't make sense because she died with.
They said months ago.
Yes,
people were saying she died months ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's like, son of a bitch. Like he just. You can see his veins he is not going to shit for weeks because he's so
right. And now I think at this point, would you say it's gone a little further than mystery and him trying to he thinks he thinks they're fucking with him now. I think he's very clearly like
they must
are.
Be.
Yes.
Because he's not so stupid as he would think that the hair has been in there that long.
Yeah.
So he goes storming back to the castle. And this is where we get a change of wardrobe for Lord Summerisle.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a formal He's wearing formal Scotsman wear.
Yeah.
He's got that ruffle,
silver buttons.
Yeah.
It's
the red and is it red and green or red and black socks, the kilt. And he's very good at the piano.
Yes, playing the piano. And our admin person,
this is where I got confused because everybody looks the same. I thought it was the teacher.
Maybe it is.
They look alike, everybody, that I can't.
I know. It's one of the blondes that we've seen is there.
I'm not sure it matters, but I think
because blondes pop up in this movie all over the place, and she's on the rug, and has a drink, and she's
bearskin rug, the goblet.
Yes.
It's very. You put them in medieval clothes, and she's singing. Oddly enough, Art, she's singing about sex. Yeah, it's another sex song. They're just enjoying it. And he throws that.
But Erik, I will say, turn on, for our whole lifetime, turn on pop stations. And what are they singing about if we really think about it?
No, you're absolutely right. I think right. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Right? Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, anything.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. No, good point, buddy. But he's so pissed off right now. He throws that dead animal right on the rug, and they don't give a shit.
No.
They are not at all concerned. Like, he throws a dead animal. I'd be like, hey, my rug. And he wants to know where she is.
Good. But I like the writing here too, Erik, because Christopher Lee is like, I thought you were supposed to be the detective here.
Yep.
What do you think could be happening?
What do you
tell
think?
me? Like,
yeah, it's almost like
you're the detective.
An escape room.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know. What do you do next?
Just give me the code. I gotta pee.
How do you turn this dial? I don't like it. I can't do an escape room.
Oh, Erik, an escape room with the guy, the apothecarius from this movie, as the person helping you. I don't know.
Think there might be something or not something.
Yeah. So it's very frustrating, but I like Christopher Lee here. It's that, like you said, they're playing with him. Yeah,
and everyone right now seems to be lying or changing their stories, and they're not helping him at all. But still, to his discredit, he still won't get his suspicions up. Like, why are they effing with me the whole time?
Here he states what he thinks. He does state what he thinks. He says, "I believe she was murdered through pagan barbarity."
Yeah,
that's what he says.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but if you know that, I would think, okay, leave now. But he does say that. I love the way he's so precise. Like, I will return to the mainland and report my findings. Like, why would you even tell them that? You'd be just like, okay, all right.
Well, I'll say, Erik, I think because he's still. This is part of what we're getting this week. He is a man of the Christian law and the state law, right?
Well,
and
he's
so
very
he
black and white.
believes he believes that is the way, and it will. He's not sensing danger because he believes he's on that side. So
he thinks he thinks he's the righteous.
Mm-hmm.
He's the righteous one here. But
and he's also the shorter one, because did you notice in these scenes how much taller Christopher Lee is than this guy?
Yeah, well, Christopher Lee is tall anyways.
Yeah, but I was like, wow, they're really these shots really show the difference.
Yeah, he's not. We want to point out that the sergeant isn't really a imposing guy.
No, but he's like a short, stout kind of guy.
Not imposing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just. But Lord Summerisle, not Somerville, says perhaps it's just as well you won't be here tomorrow to be offended by the May Day celebrations. Because I guess May Day is the 1st of May.
Well, remember, and remember Willow earlier said to him, she said, you might want to get out of here before May Day because
But
we get lit here.
oh yeah.
You're here just on a regular day.
Yeah.
Imagine we've been seeing Erik. We've been seeing a Tuesday, just a Tuesday on this side. Can you imagine?
It's like
what
Halloween
May
night.
Day is like.
Halloween night in Salem.
Right.
Like there's, we're eating frogs, we're ejaculating snakes, we're jumping over fires naked.
They're like, yeah, get out of here. And when he leaves, did you notice they're singing a song? It's an interesting song with about coffin nails, but the metaphor is like the coffin nails are phallic, like, right? So death, and I liked that little touch there.
Driving in the thing, and I don't know what, but he's into it.
But I liked it. I said, "Oh, that's cool."
So he now, our officer is going to sneak into the chemist's, and
the chemist could be. It wouldn't matter. I don't think it'd be hard. To sneak in there, even if he was awake.
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to get something. Oh, are you?
Oh, imagine that. They filmed the whole thing. Howie's in behind him, and he's just sitting there eating soup or something, and it just
listening to the radio. Well, he sneaks in the.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
And the player's gonna play.
Yeah. So Howie's gonna go in there because he wants to see if he can find that photo. If he can find a copy of that photo.
Yeah, and he's pretty good because he comes across that one photo. I'm not sure why they showed it to us, but it was a body. There was a corpse on the ground. Remember that?
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to mention earlier the sign on the inn for the with the green god there. It had those copper things in the eyes, and this body has the same thing.
Art,
the body.
Thank you, because of course, Christmas Carol. You put the coins on the eyes, the dead people's eyes. That's what that was. So the Green Man.
To me, it also threw back to that sign outside the inn.
But that's the Green Man. It's you just nailed it. Nailed it like a coffin or a penis. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, it's birth and death. So Green Man, life, and probably the eyes were death. So all that. Good job, Art.
But the guy he's missing his hand too. Did you notice the guy in the coffin?
Picture?
It's like in the picture, it's like his hand is cut off.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird if you look at it closely.
But when he develops a picture, because apparently he's good at developing photos, and he realizes that the photo that was taken down, it fell. Oh, that one broke. He finds out it's a picture, and it's Rowan, in a white nightgown, and she's standing next to crops, but there aren't any. It's like empty crates. So,
but they do spell it out for us.
Oh yeah,
your favorite in movies is our detective has to say out loud, "The crates are bare. The crops failed."
Right?
Because to be fair, I don't know if on first I would notice. I might not notice.
Sometimes it's like,
I know.
Can you give us a break and let us see if we can figure it out? But
I know.
You wouldn't necessarily know it's Rowan, so he's going to be like, "It's Rowan. Everyone, it's Rowan. And I think there's going to be a sacrifice." Right? And so he goes to the library. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, he goes to the library, and there's an old woman there. She's our apothecary guy, except the librarian. She's doing nothing. She's just in the background going, dee, 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 while he's looking up the May Day festivals, and he's learning, and this can be true or not, everybody. It's like when I hear movies about the witch trials and they read from a book and it's completely inaccurate. I don't know what's made up here and what's not.
Yes.
Okay. But he says that there's a ritual for May Day, which I don't know if it's true, but there's a guy, one who's dressed up as a half man, half beast. And what it looked like.
It's sort of like
it's like you're wearing a circus tent and your head sticking out of the top. And then you have a dragon or a horse head in the front, right? So basically it's a penis with teeth. And he says then the leader of the community usually takes the role of dressing up as a man-woman. And I'm like, okay, so drag.
And they're showing us, these illustrations of what these generally look like. Yeah.
And then the fool, which really looks like, if everybody knows who Punch and Judy is, it looks like punch. So it's got that weird hunched back thing. I never understood what that was.
Mhm.
But in the curly top hat and the big nose. And then he's reading on, it says, sometimes they sacrifice a human being.
Yes.
Ooh. And it's
it
even
is
more
interesting because the fool is a complex character.
Yes.
Because he's a simpleton, but he gets to be king for a day.
Yes. Well, what I love about tarot cards is I love the Fool tarot card. So a fool isn't necessarily a fool, but yeah. So, and then there's 6 swordsmen, and when they put the swords together, it looks like what you would think is a pentagram.
Right.
But they say that this represents the sun.
Mhm.
And then they said sometimes the 6 swordsmen will behead a virgin.
Yes.
I'm like, geez, okay, take it easy, everybody. But you know what? This would be probably a time to get the fuck out of here. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't you be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Wouldn't you just be, wouldn't you go?
Yeah.
Okay, so does he go then?
So yeah, he's going to get out of there, Eric. He's going to
Finally.
go to he's going to go down to the dock and get a dinghy. How do you say it?
It's a dinghy.
dinghy?
It's not a dinghy. It's a dinghy.
Out to his little seaplane that's parked out there in the harbor.
Yes, and the plane looks a little low. It looks a little low.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they take the dinghy and they focus on this eye that's on the dinghy. And just everybody, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a boat they had with a cool eye on it.
Yes. And it survived for decades, I guess, after in that location.
But
it was
nothing
there.
to do with,
No.
But he goes to leave on the plane.
Nope.
It's not working.
Doesn't start. And his radio doesn't work either.
Nope.
His radio's not working.
Yes.
So he has to, and while he's out there on the plane, we're seeing behind the walls, people are popping up
Yeah.
and looking at him, but they have rustic sort of animal masks, like rabbits and wolves and things like that on. And then they'll pop down. It's almost like they are animals, the way they're sort of popping up and looking and then ducking down behind the wall.
Yeah. My favorite is looks like an elderly couple and they're like, doink, 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 and sneak behind the wall. And I'm just like, what? What is going on? And still the dock master's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, you're obstructing official business. He's like, I'm not.
Still relying on that law, Eric.
I'm not obstructing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, no.
So he starts down the streets with the stick dragging behind his ass.
Yeah, because he's like, I'll just have to find her myself. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So, and then while he's walking down the streets, and these look like English cobblestone streets with the white houses. It's very rustic, right? But he sees that guy that was in the book. The little horse cock guy. Sorry. The guy wearing the tent and the little.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. It looks like from the book. It looks like the illustration we saw.
Yeah.
Of the man beast.
The man beast. Yeah. But this is very eerie to me, because he sees the guy and you don't know who the guy is, but it goes clack, clack, and like it clacks the mouth of to get his attention, but then disappears. So it's clearly leading him. He thinks he's chasing it, but it looks like it's trying to lead him in a direction.
We're seeing it down alleyways and he's following it.
And then it's scary. It's not there's no music, so it's not like in your face, but something consistently about Wicker Man is you're always on edge for some reason. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Why is it, what? Yeah. You're like, just go back on the plane. Just get back on the plane and find a gun.
Just sit out there. Well, because I think the guy said we could row you to the shore.
But he'd be like, okay, do it. You know what? I'll do it myself.
You're like, I'll go.
I'll go. Bye. Bye. Well, we find out that the guy in this outfit is I should have said not the young Santa. That wouldn't be the best description. It's, what's his name from Lord of the Harry Potter?
Gimli?
Hedwig.
Haggard.
Yeah.
Haggard. What's his name?
I said Hedwig.
Hagrid.
It looks like Hagrid. That's it.
Yes.
Looks like that guy. Hagrid. Hedwig.
Or like the guy, Game of Thrones. There was that wildling guy up on the walls there. Yeah.
And he leads him
that archetype.
Yeah. And there's a big party, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And what did they?
It's a pregame, I think.
It's their pregame. They're swallowing those toads. They get the serpents.
The pregame.
One,
Yeah.
here's a serpent.
Yeah, everybody brings it's like a potluck. Yeah.
Oh, what's in the pot? It's like, is it tar? They're stirring up tar in a pot.
That's what I was wondering. And at first, your mind is like, is somebody going to get tarred and feathered? Like, what's happening? Yeah, you're like, yeah.
But they're having a good time. Mm-hmm. Lord Summerisle is there, and he's getting ready. You know, our favorite tavern owner. I'll be dressing as the fool.
Yes.
I don't need to. The dialogue does seem like they're projecting it for some reason, talking about it. When they're talking about this, I'm like, this dialogue sounds like
I'm going to be dressing as the fool.
Yeah, I hope
we'll all reassemble outside the town hall today.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So it makes you think like they want him to hear it for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah. So our tavern owner is going to dress as the fool, and Summerisle's giving them the lowdown of what they would be doing. And then he says, a holy sacrifice will be offered up. And tight ass is like,
because he thinks what's happening, to be clear for those listening, he thinks clearly they have Rowan somewhere hidden away, and they're going to sacrifice her today.
Yeah.
And so ticking clock for our detective here.
Yeah, that seems to be accurate from what he's hearing. Mm-hmm. So he goes back to that sweet shop from your wildest dreams, and Mrs. Morrison is with her other daughter, apparently, cutting up that rope.
The cake you mentioned earlier, yeah.
But they're cutting it. Did you notice where they're taking a slice from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the midsection. Yeah.
No, lower.
What did I
lower.
not?
It's not the midsection, Art. The midsection is your stomach.
Okay.
No, why don't you just...
I know what you're getting at.
I'm not getting...
I think everybody talking is knowing what you're getting at.
Everybody listening, you mean? Because
everybody's
I was
listening,
talking, I would say vagina.
Okay, all right.
I would say it's the vagina. And she's giving it to the little girl. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
We'll just cut it in the middle. This is the best part, hon.
Eric's starting to side with Detective Howie.
Oh, what? Oh, what? You can't cut a cake in the middle. Start at the end. But he's pleading with her. He's like, listen, they're going to kill your daughter. Can you just tell me where she is? I'm going to search every house in this place. And she says her line is, I'm like, ooh, what does that mean? Because she says, you'll simply never understand the true nature of sacrifice. So he's like, holy shit. Mrs. Morrison wants to kill her other kid, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's thinking this is crazy. So he's going out, and now we get a little montage of him searching the town.
Oh, just creepy, unexplainable shit.
Mm-hmm.
When
that they don't, no real comments on it, but he's seeing weird things. Like he busts into one house and he sees like two marionettes that are posed as if they're having sex.
Yep.
Over there.
Yeah, like a Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It's like a Pinocchio. Oh, fly to me, Pinocchio.
Then he like take a sheet off of like a crib, and there's like a clown doll in there.
Yeah, and there's some weird, like there's a curtain and there's some stairs, like stone stairs going down to. I'm like, what's down there? We never know. We'll never know. But
and then he opens up one door.
Yes. No.
And is it Ingrid in there?
It's our secretary.
Yes.
She's an older woman, and oh my gosh. Oh, she's in one of those little tubs, the little curvy, what is it, a metal tub?
You basically can just sit in it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
basically, yes.
Remember that bean you were talking about earlier?
But she's soaking her. I can't keep that in. I cannot.
Gonna have to.
Doing?
If you don't keep it in the continuity.
I know.
We're not gonna. She's in the tub and she's with her eyes. You know that she's enjoying that warm water.
Oh my gosh!
But
yes,
she looks at him like, "Caught me."
Yes, and then he goes in another place and he opens up a cabinet and it looks from behind like it could be Rowan, and it's a young girl, and falls forward.
Yeah, a corpse.
A corpse
Blood
falls
on the
out.
mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
And then But then we hear giggling.
Yep.
And is it the girl? Is it our weird girl from the schoolhouse? Is that her?
Oh, gosh.
The one who had the beetle?
No, I don't.
It isn't her. It's a different girl. Okay.
She has dark
I wasn't
hair.
sure.
But all I can think is, if he didn't search this specific house, how long was she in the closet for? Here, put a little blood on your face. It'll be cute. How long do I have to be in this closet for? Like, he found her, though. So
Yeah. And he's pissed. I mean, he's getting he's going off he's getting really angry. So he looks out the window and he sees like a big sort of like old wooden schooner type of yacht sort of anchored out in the harbor. And I guess he decides, I've searched the whole village and haven't found her. Maybe they have her on that thing there. So did he take a dinghy out there?
He took a dinghy. I thought, wow, he took a lot of time to get out there.
He did.
But he was instantly on the ship, searching around, all empty apples crates and just a fish mask.
Yes.
And then we go to...
And we're starting to see masks popping up in the background through this whole thing through the town. Masks and costumes are sort of hanging around. We're seeing that, right? And then when he's questioning people, did you start to get this, Erik? They're like, I'm the salmon of knowledge, and I'm going to be...
Salmon of knowledge. That's actually... Art's not making that up.
Yeah, one of the townspeople. That's their costume.
Baker.
Yeah,
he's baking a bread in the shape of a child-sized person in a metal coffin. He's baking that,
and he has a lot of bread in the shape of the green goddess or the Wicker Man or whatever. The Green Man.
Yeah,
tons of it. Yeah. Like, it's like, that looks pretty tasty, actually.
And what is he? He goes next to is it the funeral parlor? Or there's coffins in there.
Yeah.
Child-sized coffins. And here's what I love, which I don't think was in the script. He opens one coffin and he hurts his finger when he closes it. And I think that wasn't meant to happen because I love it. He's like, and he goes like that and it has nothing to do with anything. But then when he opens the other one, there's your weird corpse with the missing hand.
Yeah, there it is.
But it looked like a tiny elder person. It's not.
Yeah, it's weird because the coffins are child size, like you said. That's why he's popping them open. Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy's, he's got the coins on him and he's got a missing hand that's wrapped up. I'm like, what is that? Right? But the festivities start, and here's what I don't get. He's all worked up. He's seen a woman in a tub going, woohoo. He's seen a kid pretending to be a corpse. He's seen a real corpse with a hand missing. And his go-to thing is, you know what? I'm going to go upstairs and take a nap for 30 minutes. Wake me up in 30 minutes.
I thought the same.
What?
It's like, to be fair, though, he's had a hell of a day up to this point.
He has, but
he has been all over this town. People are screwing with him.
But come on,
he's climbing steps, Erik. He's rowing out to a yacht. He's going back. And I mean, he's like, I kind of get it.
Well, Freddy Krueger's coming after you if you go to sleep. Don't go to sleep, kid. And he's
right.
But he goes up to take a nap and he's not really asleep. Did he get into his PJs or not?
I didn't notice. I thought you would probably usually notice those things.
I think
I will say, so the way the shot is framed, right? He's in the foreground, so we see his eyes are open.
Yes.
But in the background, we have Alden McGregor and Willow. Who are at the inn.
She's dressed, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he overhears them saying, because anyone would overhear them. Mm-hmm. They're saying in that stage whisper, yeah, we'll give him this drug. Oh, no, then he'll sleep for a long time. We can't do that, but we're going to drug him. And he's like, oh, they're going to fucking drug me. And so we also have to find out that the the innkeeper's like, I'm going to dress as Punch now. I'm going to go in the other room and dress. Yeah. But I'll say it quiet because he's asleep. You go and get started.
Yeah. And he says, the line he says to her is, he's like, go, I know they're giving you girls the head start.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Head start? And
she goes in though, and she leans over him and she's like, this'll, right? Does she say like, this'll help you sleep? This'll help you sleep or something.
And the other guy says, light it. And so she lights something.
We don't see what it is.
No. But then we do.
Yeah, he sort of wakes up and looks next to him. And what is this, Erik? What is it?
It is. Here's what I think it is.
Okay.
The guy that we saw with a severed hand, it's an actual severed hand, and they put wax on top of it and wicks, and then they light the frickin' wicks. So it is a human hand candle.
Yes. That's what I thought. I'm like, is that all wax? I said, but it looks like a real hand.
I don't
Yeah. I think you're right. And you're good to connect it to the handless person we saw in the coffin. There's the hand.
Yeah, because there's no if I went into the deep lore, I might find out, but I don't know if it's a real thing or not. But I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's
so he knocks it onto the floor. It falls right onto the floor, and he goes downstairs and he does the karate chop on the back of McGregor.
He freaking hits him with the candlestick.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And that's what he hits him with.
Almost comical because, right?
No, but that's what I mean. It's that thing of like, hi-ya! And the guy just is out cold.
I swear to God, I was looking at the guy and I thought he was dead because it looked like his eyes were still open. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
It was like the Three Stooges. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And he ties him up and takes his costume and pretends to be the fool and joins in the parade of festivities.
He catches up with this weird procession, and we see our man-beast guy in that costume.
Yeah.
He's leading it. He's sort of leading it.
Yeah.
And then behind is Christopher Lee is clearly the man-woman.
Yeah.
He's dressed as it's very it's long hair and it's like
weird, there's like
it's a weird outfit.
White makeup. It's like if you were coming to Salem and you forgot that you were supposed to dress as a vampire rock star. So
right. Yeah.
It's like Samara, if you were Samara from The Ring, but you did it really badly.
Right.
And he's dancing with a sickle. Sickle or scythe?
Yes. Yeah.
The little.
They're
all kind of dancing, and we know that.
And then
Punch is not. It's our sergeant.
Yes,
so he doesn't know what.
But
the hell
he's just sort of walking. He's sort of walking, and I love this. Christopher Lee says, "McGregor, we call that dancing man. Cut some capers." He says, "Cut some capers.
Cut some capers. You've been drinking at your own bar."
Yeah,
I love it.
And so what's interesting is our we know who's behind that Punch costume. He starts to kind of dance around a little bit.
I don't know if
sort of has to dance around.
The exact wording, but he says something like "flail that bladder." He's gonna.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's a thing on the stick. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I was like, that must be the bladder that he's flailing. Flail that bladder.
And then we see our swordsmen that they talked about.
Yeah.
And they're kind of interesting. They have turtlenecks, these guys.
Yep.
And they're kind of going like I can't, I know it's a podcast, so I can't, but the way they're choreographed with these swords as they're walking.
You're swishing your stick.
They're swishing a little bit with the swords.
Yeah. And they're Scottish, I forget what it's called, bucket hilt swords. I have one, in fact.
Yeah.
From my old pirate days. It's the same type of
And this procession, you start to notice it's all men in this procession.
Yeah.
And we see our salmon of knowledge. We see him walking.
Yep.
We're starting to see some of the costume we've seen. But then coming over the hill, they approach. It's now the women are on the other side.
Yep.
And it's
they're catching
an
up.
army of blondes, Erik, approaching.
Yep. And everybody's dressed in those weird costumes like deer and bear and cats and rats and stuff without the brains, apparently. And then the man beast is snapping at the women playing games. And I'm like, oh, that's his penis mouth. That's what he's got there. And
the women sort of surround them and they surround Punch. They surround our Howie, who's in this costume, and they're poking at him with sticks. They're sort of poking at him. And get one up his ass, I guess. It's
like, well, what's that in the back there, McGregor? And it's the whole town is there. It's not a huge town, so I don't know, a couple hundred people maybe. And it looks like it's going to be sunset, so the sun's going down.
Yes.
And then they go to that Stonehenge place where the girls were jumping over the fire. And the guys make that symbol that he saw in the book with the pentagram, which is the sun.
Yeah, the swords are all crossed.
Yeah. And there's a middle part. And apparently every townsfolk has to go into the underneath and stand there with their head.
With all these swords crossed around their neck,
Yeah.
basically.
And then people they're going chop, 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 chop. And,
They're all chanting that. Yeah.
And one of the, it's the secretary or the librarian pops her head up and she looks generally scared, like they might cut my head off.
Well, and they kind of, in between people, they go like, shoot, and it closes. So you get the idea of what it would be like if they did like close the swords, like it would, on your neck.
And
yeah,
I love that Summerisle grabs the fool's nose. He's like, come on now. Everybody has a turn.
Yes.
And you think, does he know that it's the sergeant at this point? Because he's really...
Well, they're doing a little misdirection here, Erik.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to wait till we're finished, but I think they keep cutting back to McGregor tied up at the inn. They'll do like a little insert of McGregor tied up because I think they're wanting us to think that they want to prolong this idea that Summerisle and them don't know that this is Howie in there. So I think they're playing a little bit here with us as the audience.
So one girl goes through and is wearing this giant hair head, right? Mm-hmm. And she goes in it and they freaking chop her head off.
Yes.
I'm like, and everybody's like, oh. So I think do they chop a random person's head off?
Well, that was a joke though. Like she's not, her costume was extended,
it was
but
purpose.
I guess
so
they did.
It's a trick. So why would they be scared that somebody might actually get their head chopped off? Because they're all laughing like, ha ha ha.
And then we proceed to the next part of this procession. Suddenly Christopher Lee, does he have a change of costume here? I think he's not in he doesn't look like he's in the man woman costume anymore.
No.
They go out on the beach and they have all these casks like barrels, and he takes a big silver axe, looks like it's out of The Shining, and he cracks the barrel open and he's like, we send our bounty to the sea.
Yeah, they got to appease the god of the sea with the bounty.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like is he says very serious tone. He's like, and now for a more dreadful sacrifice. Like, so they are going to sacrifice.
Yeah, right? they kind of hone in on Howie's face in that mask to go like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah.
And what I love if wherever this is, it's gorgeous because you got the beach and it's rocky beach. It's not sand, it's all rocks. Then you got rocks going up and it looks like a big cave up there. And it looks like it's almost got natural steps up to it. Really, really cool. I thought that's cool. And standing up there, oh my God, Art. Standing up there in the white dress with flowers in her hair, hands tied behind her back. It's Rowan.
Yes, there she is.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I love is the sergeant's like, I'm going to go up there. And he runs up to get her.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where he sees a little more bravado. What's the right word? But he punches one guy in the face. Like, and so, but nobody's stopping him. And he tells, he's like, I'm a police officer. I'm here. It's like, what was it? I'm Spider-Man. I'm here to rescue you. I forget what that was from, but he's like, I'm here to rescue you. He's come with me. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And they take off. She goes with him and they go down into a cave.
Yes. She's like, this way.
Yeah. So they're going through a cave and you get the feeling they're being chased. And so
he throws the wreath in this like a little, there's some water, like a pool of water in the cave. And so they see the wreath from her hair and they think, oh, they go this way, they go that way. But she knows where she's going. She's like, through here, through this hole. And so they come out of the hole and they're on the top of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, what? So sitting there at the top of this beautiful rocky cliff is Lord
Summerisle.
Lord Summerisle, our sexy girl, our door pounder, and the two other women, the secretary and the librarian. And the teacher. they're waiting for them.
Yes.
Like just casually sitting there.
And I think our man beast is there
Yeah.
too. I think he's there. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Rowan's like, hey. And the mom's there and she hugs her. And then she goes, how did I do?
Yeah.
You did it beautifully. You're like, what? What?
And we're like,
what?
Wait, are they all? Well, you're kind of like at this point, you're like, was this all like a weird practical joke?
Yes, it's a prank.
Like a prank. It reminds me, Erik. I did say a few times during this, Anthony Schaefer, writer of Sleuth, with when we think of twists and things being twists and you're like, but it's all games. And so you can see sort of some of that influence in here, because first time watching this, you're like, oh, is this all just been like a elaborate prank for them to prank this officer who thinks he's knows better or something?
Yeah.
At this point,
Like
at
they're
this
just
point,
toying
it's really,
with him.
yeah.
And he's still dressed as Punch, which I love, except he's got that the head off. And then he looks, and then on the cliff behind him, the entire townsfolk are showing up, and the guys with the swords. So you're like, wait, why are they brandishing the swords? Now it seems a little menacing.
Ominous. A little more ominous, yeah.
And Summerisle goes up to him and he goes, welcome, fool. Like, what? What's happening here?
Yes.
And he's like, the game is over. The hunted leading the hunter. You're like, wait, what? What game? What is happening here? So I guess, I mean, this is a great scene. There's a lot of good dialogue, but they basically are saying, we brought you here on purpose as a human sacrifice because the crops failed, and now we have to go to these extreme measures to have a fruitful harvest. And you're like, wait, what? It's still, as the viewer, I'm like, wait, what?
And he fits the qualifications for the sacrifice, Erik.
Yeah.
Because when we think back over the movie,
yes, to the extreme, because
he is a virgin.
Yep,
which he revealed. We found that out.
He
has to have the power of a king, and he constantly throughout the movie is like, I represent the authority that he's been telling people that throughout the movie. He represents the law. He had to come of his own free will, which he did.
To the appointed place.
Yes. They did kind of fudge it because they did mess with his plane, I think. But
yeah,
that's just me. Well, that's just me getting a little bit like
Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods is all I'm going to say.
Right.
Same kind of thing. But also, he has to be a fool to think that they just did all this research on this guy. So they picked him and they said, you can sacrifice animals and that's okay, but not always works. And then a child, better, an adult, the right kind of adult. And you are the right kind of adult. But I think he's still, he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. He's like, I'm going to walk off. You can't stop me.
But he's on the edge of a cliff.
Can't go that way.
He's looking all around.
Nope.
But then he tries to, he states, he's like, this is madness. He's like, the crops are going to fail again.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with you. You'll sacrifice me. The crops will fail and they'll come after you next summer, Summerisle. Like that's what he says to him. But these pleas are falling on deaf ears, Erik. They're already, they're committed to this, this project.
And he figures, the women aren't going to stop him, but our burly beast guy does. He throws him to the ground. Yeah. And
then they take off his Punch costume, his fool costume.
Yeah. And then he's fighting it the whole time. He's like, look, I'm a Christian. I'm going to live again, not your damned apples. I'm going to be reborn in heaven. But they're like, nope. And then just weird ritual with the pushing.
Yeah. Our blondes come in. Our blondes all come in and they're kind of putting ointments on his nipples.
Yeah, and they're still messing with him too because our sexy barmaid has this knife like she's going to stab him.
Yeah.
And she just cuts it open and I'm not nitpicking. It's just that I'm like, that's not a real knife. I just want to let you know. I was like, it's not a real knife. It's too shiny. It's not a real knife.
Yeah, and so then they put this sort of like a rough sort of
a rope
shift on him or something,
like
right?
The girls would be wearing.
Yeah, like that.
Right?
Yeah, like yeah. Good point. Yeah, exactly.
And this is where we
that
just
kinda
realize
covers him.
it's a clash of religions. He's like, no, listen, this isn't going to change anything. And then they're like, oh no, it's going to change everything.
Yes.
And what I love what you said, just so we don't forget that, is he said that you're committing murder and there is no sun god. And he says to Summerisle, tell them it won't. And he says, I know it will. And that's when he's like, well, you know what? If it doesn't work this year, they're coming. You're next, buddy. You're next. Like, if it doesn't work with me, they're going to kill you. And you see in Summerisle in his eyes, he's like, oh. There is a moment where I'm like,
okay, yeah.
he might, if this doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But he says they'll come looking for me. And they're like, no one's coming to look for you. Nobody even knows you're here, you dummy.
Yeah. Which I found a little weird too. I'm like, he's there. He seems like he's there on official business.
In this, was it late 60s?
Yeah.
There's no communication there. So
there's no communication, but like,
if he didn't tell anybody.
If he didn't tell anybody, I don't know what.
He's a single man. He probably has no family. But they pick.
Well, he has a fiance. He's engaged to be married.
Shit,
that's
he
what.
does.
But that's what I was like when they're like, nobody will be looking. I'm like, well,
not even your fiance, because
I don't know.
You never. No, I can't. See, we have to keep it. You've never.
I know. We have to go, Erik. We have to keep going. We have to push forward.
Should have done it, buddy. You should have put your nail in the coffin.
Before the sacrifice.
Oh my God.
We have to protect you. Bring out the serpent.
Bring out the serpents. He's like, oh, my eye. Oh.
Serpents, what do we do? It'll protect you. Oh my gosh.
But you know,
so
the sun is
they tie up his hands and they're kind of dragging him in its procession. We see the sun is sort of getting redder and going down, and it's coming up around. There's like an old tree. They're coming up over this ridge, and and
then finally, remember what the movie's called. I love it when they do this. You're like, why is it called The Wicker Man? Finally, you see. I get chills. I remember watching this the first time. I'm like, oh,
me too.
Shit.
You always remember the first time watching this. Yes.
It's this giant constructed wicker man. Like it's got stairs leading up to the stomach, which looks like a cage. Its arms and legs, and I think above the head is filled with livestock.
Even the arms have like
arms,
cages in
everything.
them. Yeah.
And there's like a pyre around it. So a pyre of wood. And
there's people standing with torches around
so
it.
You know what?
And he immediately knows what's happening.
He's lost it now. That stick fell out of his butt. He's like, oh, Christ. Oh, God. Christ. Like he knows, oh, my God, they want to put me in this thing and burn it.
I would say that moment is a top horror movie moment.
It is.
Of all time.
This makes it a horror movie right here. You're filled with dread, and I remember still thinking, this isn't going to happen. Something's going to, you'll hear the wee or and all the cops come up, but the big guy, he's doing all the heavy work. He carries
oh my gosh.
Up the stairs. And they're still teasing you because they watch his feet go on those wooden planks. And I'm thinking, one of the wooden planks is going to break and he's going to fall and the guy's going to escape. That's what I kept thinking. But nope. He puts him inside and it's sunset. And I'm still thinking, okay, who's going to get him out of there?
What's going to happen? Yeah.
Who's going to get this guy out of there, right?
Right. It's like somebody from the crowd is going to go, we can't do this. We can't.
Right. Or somebody stabs
Lord Summerisle and like one of the blondes Willow suddenly turns on everything.
Yeah. And
you're thinking, yes, you're right.
He's not stopping either because he's still like, hey, he's fighting for the right words. He's like, it's the Lord that's laid waste your orchards because you're doing this. It's a battle of these religions. And they they light it on fire.
They light it on fire and it starts, and then they start singing a Middle English sort of folk song.
Yep.
Summer is a coming in, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, it's like Bahu Torres Bahu.
Yes,
Like
very
they're
good.
not
Like the
angry, they're happy about it.
they're swaying, they're chanting, and then so he's reciting Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd."
Yes.
Like he's reciting his thing, which is a good juxtaposition for the very end of this, Erik, right? It's like, here it is. This horrific thing is happening. You have the true believers on the one side. Like you said, they are into this. And he is genuinely professing his belief that he'll be delivered.
It is so...
And so, yeah.
It's so cool.
It's kind of perfect.
Whether
It's kind of a perfect ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether you have religion or not, you can just see which one makes sense to you in this situation. They're both like saying, I'm right. And it's all about whatever belief they have. And I'm still thinking, my first time watcher, I'm still like, okay, the bottom's going to fall out, right? But
yes,
no,
No.
He starts smoking and, saying his word.
and just to be clear, Erik doesn't mean he takes out a cigarette.
He does. He
starts-
smokes a cigarette. He's like, oh, finally. He's got one of those
No.
cake ladies in there. He's chewing on that. Oh, they got cakes in here.
Yeah.
No, they burn him and the animals alive.
We hear the animals screaming too. They have sort of on the soundtrack, the animals you can tell are
Oh
getting
my God.
roasted. Yeah.
And
it's
this is where I'm like, okay, no, he's not getting out of this. He's being burned alive.
Yes.
And they're chanting and singing like it's Christmas time in Whoville. And what I love is you can say that the last shot, because that's an amazing shot to me.
amazing shot that they did. They really did it.
Yeah, they really
the sun
burned
is
the Wicker
setting,
Man.
big orange sun, but the Wicker Man's head, when we first the shot, imagine the Wicker Man's flaming head is up there and it collapses to reveal the big red sun in the sky.
Yep.
And it's not special effects. They did that. And it's just an amazing last shot for the movie, and it just leaves you with such a dread and a thought. I think it's such a good ending that they funneled all these themes into right here at the end.
So
I can see you nodding. I think
I
you
agree. So
agree.
good. And this is a rewatch. So if you love Wicker Man, you watch it again. You're just like, oh, because it's not in your face, but you just, when you know from start to finish that this guy is a pawn in this incredible scheme, you just are like, oh my God, leave. Oh my God, stop being so righteous. Get out of there, dude. But they probably already sabotaged the plane the moment he landed. So
yeah. And also it just works filmmaking wise. All those little things that made it seem so odd to us watching it at the beginning, where you're a little unsettled, are basically all of these people knowing the plan around him. When you see it again, you're like, they know what he's there for. And they're all those sort of grins and impish looks were like, oh, that's what's going on behind here. The movie I was going to mention, I said earlier, is Shutter Island works this way. Similarly, when you rewatch Shutter Island, you kind of really get the unease that you get throughout that movie. Is you realize something. I don't want to spoil it because this podcast isn't about that movie, but you realize things that people knew before you knew them, and I think it works great. So I really enjoyed Wicker Man. This rewatch, I hadn't seen it in a number of years, and it works just so well. With the eeriness, the creepiness, and building up. And I really paid attention to those themes this time. And just, I liked the way that they built. And I think the actors are all perfectly cast, all these extras, like you said, they're great. And for this town, and it just really still works. And that ending still packs a punch there at the end. Good stuff. I love it. I think it's a great movie.
I agree. And for me, sometimes the movie's dated. This one, the only dated thing for me is when they do that Barley song 3 times. I'm like, we don't need to hear that song, Barley, Mundali. But everything else, it holds up and it's ominous and you're wondering what's going on. And then when you're, I don't want to say rewarded, but when you're hit over the head with, oh no, this is the ending, it just leaves you going, whoa. But you also can have your own thoughts on what's going on. It's like, are they right? Is he right? Is it what's going on here? You know, people have been sacrificed in so many religions. It's just a really good film. And at its base, it's a horror. It is horror because, and the last thing I'll say, because of its horror, but is that why are they toying with him? Because he has to be the fool. So that's why they do all those things to make him look like a fool. But at the same time, they're also doing things they would do normally, like jump naked over fire. And
just to add it in, because you said to put a pin in it. You wanted to come back to the beetle with the pin.
Yes, thank you.
With the nail. So I wanted to remind you that you said to hold on to that. Yeah.
Yes. So he's the analogy is he is the beetle going around in the circle trying to escape, and he's really he's just getting smaller and smaller, trapped more and more until he gets till he's stuck in the center.
Yeah. And it's also, it functions on multiple levels because it's like a maypole. And it's like the Beatles on a maypole. So good job. Now, just really quickly, Erik, there is a sequel to this movie.
No, there's not.
Way later they did it. Later. Did it come out in like 2012 or something? An original director and original.
What's it called?
Yeah. So I think it's called The Wicker Tree.
No.
I didn't see it. Didn't check it out.
Well, while we're on that, there's a remake.
With
Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
And right when I say that right now, I'm like, no, I know you think we should cover that. I just don't know if I can bring myself to it. Because of the bees. I think we'd have fun with it. So I have to think about whether or not.
Mm-hmm. I will say it has been produced on stage a couple of times.
Really?
They've done a stage adaptation of the Wicker Man.
Oh, I'd be interested to see that. I don't know how.
Yeah, it has. It's sort of you could see it, Erik, with the music being a part of the production too, and the songs being interspersed in there. I could see that. Yeah,
and then lighting the whole stage on fire at the end.
Yeah. So The Wicker Tree, released in 2011, directed by the original director Hardy, and has an appearance by Christopher Lee.
I don't know if I don't know if I can ruin The Wicker Man by seeing The Wicker Man 2.
Lee couldn't do what he was supposed to, though. He's only in it for a shorter time because I think he got injured on Lord of the Rings at that time, around that time or something.
He tripped on his robe.
Oh, yes, yeah, and he got injured because he would have been older at that time. He would have been older, but yeah. So that's The Wicker Man, Erik, and we both loved it. So we're both recommending The Wicker Man, but. Also, whenever we do this, I feel bad because we don't have a rating system for the podcast. Like, people say like 5 stars or A or B or C. So we don't have that. So
yes, we do, Art. We've had it.
What is it?
Every single podcast we give it. Try so hard. We give it 8 out of 10 buckets of serpent ejaculation.
Oh no, Erik! Now we have to. Use that for every movie going forward?
We could just call it SE. 8 out of 10 buckets of SE. You got any extra SE? I need it to protect me when I'm dead.
Dried navels. We have.
There you go.
Yeah, we have dried navels. But Erik, so that's what we thought, Erik. But we want to hear what everybody else thinks. Yeah. We want to hear what you think about The Wicker Man, if you've checked it out, or what you think of our podcast and our discussion of it. You can reach us at midnightcinemapod.com. You can check us out on any of the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify. We're out there on all of them. And we'd love to hear from you. So I've had a great time talking about The Wicker Man this week, Erik.
Yep.
Erik, what's going on?
Toilets. It's time for the festival. I got to take all my clothes off.
Erik, I don't think you should go to that. I don't think you should be heading out, Erik. I don't think
clothes on. I'm going.
The summer is a coming in.